everybody, and welcome back to another day of Cloudpelt's week. Today will be the final day because today he is going to die. Oh no! So, this kind of picks up right after the last day we did of Foxheart, where Foxheart dies and they choose a new deputy, which is Cloudpelt, and we see that Brokentail is very upset about his father choosing Cloudpelt because he really wants to be deputy. And Brokentail has his heart set so much on being deputy, he is willing to ensure that Cloudpelt does not last very long in his role by putting him in harm's way. And I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but just pay attention very closely to what Brokentail does in this reading. So I'm going to be reading from Yellow Fang's Secret from pages 406 to 416. Here we go.
Ragged Star!
Brokentail yowled, dropping the rabbit in the middle of the clearing.
The clan leader appeared from his den, while the other cats rushed up and gathered around Brokentail in the fresh kill. The elders peered out of their den, and Running Nose came bounding out of the medicine cat's den to join Yellowfang. "What's going on?" he panted. "I don't know," Yellowfang replied, padding closer with Running Nose at her side. "Brokentail just came back with that fresh kill. I found this dead rabbit near the tunnel that leads to Wind Clan territory," Brokentail announced, his eyes flashing with anger. "It proves that Wind Clan warriors have been killing prey inside ShadowClan's borders." Scorchwind stepped forward with Stumpytail and Cinderfur just behind him. "We patrolled that border earlier," he meowed. "We didn't find any trace of Wind Clan's scent." "The rabbit is still warm," Brokentail pointed out. "They must have just caught it. We need to attack at once." "Wait a moment," Ragged Star ordered. "We need to make sure the rabbit didn't stagger over the border wounded before dying." Brokentail let out a hiss of annoyance and thrust the tattered body in front of the leader. "Look! There are bite marks on it!" This was clearly an invasion. He paused briefly and added, "If you're too scared to challenge those prey stealers, I'll lead the patrol myself." Some of the other warriors nodded in agreement, as if they were willing to go with him. Yellowfang noticed that Stumpytail and Flintfang were among them. "Hang on!" Ragged Star exclaimed as Brokentail turned as if he was about to head off. "Of course I'm not afraid. But these things need planning. Brokentail, come with me and Cloudpelt." When the three cats had gone, Yellowfang padded over and gave the rabbit a thorough sniff. She picked up some Wind Clan scent on its fur, but the bite marks had a stronger scent of Brokentail. Yellowfang felt her neck fur begin to rise. Okay, so he carried it back to the camp. Could this be the shape of his teeth in this rabbit's flesh? What if he had caught the rabbit himself after it strayed of its own accord under the thunder path? She began to shake. Should I tell Ragged Star? Just then, Brokentail and Cloudpelt bustled out of the leader's den and started calling warriors to join them beside the thorn tunnel. Seizing her chance, Yellowfang took a deep breath and slipped under the oak roots to see Ragged Star. "Are you sure that Brokentail is telling the truth?" she demanded boldly. "What if he caught the rabbit himself?" Ragged Star bristled. "No son of mine would lie. How dare you question him?" He bared his teeth in a snarl. "Now get out of my way!" Bruised by his fury, Yellowfang stepped aside and then followed him out of the den. She watched him race across the camp towards Brokentail, Cloudpelt, and the warriors they had gathered. Stumpytail, Flintfang, and Scorchwind. With a wave of his tail, Ragged Star hurtled through the tunnel with the patrol hard on his paws. Running Nose padded over to her with dismay in his eyes. "Are we going to follow with herbs?" Yellowfang shook her head. "This will just be a border skirmish. There won't be any serious injuries." As she spoke, her paws were itching to carry her after the patrol. The camp suddenly felt too small, as if the circle of brambles were closing in on her. "I have to get out." "I'm going to go look for some comfrey," she told Running Nose, heading for the tunnel. "But we have plenty," he called after her, sounding bewildered. Yellowfang ignored him. Once out of camp, she raced towards the thunder path. Everything was silent. Perhaps the patrol will just set new border markers and leave, she thought hopefully. Panting, Yellowfang emerged from the trees close to the place where the tunnel led into Wind Clan territory. She couldn't see Brokentail or his patrol, but her heart sank when she sniffed around the entrance to the tunnel and scented ShadowClan warriors heading through it. Yellowfang padded forward, her pelt brushing the tunnel walls. For a few paw steps, the light from the opening lit her path, but that soon faded, leaving her in the dark. She jumped, her belly lurching as a roar sounded from overhead, echoing around the tunnels until she thought her ears would burst. "It's only a monster," she told herself. "Why are you so jumpy? One of those huge things would never get down here." Gradually, the end of the tunnel appeared, a bright circle in the dimness. Yellowfang's ears rang from the noise of the monsters as she clambered out. Dreadful shrieks rose into the air from somewhere up ahead. Oh no, cats are fighting! She broke into a run, scrambling up a short, steep slope covered with tough moorland grass, and clawed her way across a sandy overhang. Reaching the top, she looked down into a narrow valley with a stream running along the bottom. The ShadowClan patrol was grappling with WindClan cats. Yellowfang recognized Cloudpelt and a small russet-furred Tom called Redclaw. The others were strangers to her. "Trespassers!" Cloudpelt growled as he launched himself at Brokentail. "Get off of our territory!" "Prey stealers!" Brokentail retorted, raking his claws down Cloudpelt's side. "Stop!" Yellowfang screeched, but no cat heard her. For a heartbeat, she wanted to hurl herself into the battle to help her clanmates, but she stopped herself. "I'm a medicine cat. I must keep apart from clan rivalries." She watched, horrified, as Ragged Star and Redclaw tussled together in a shrieking ball of fur, battering at each other with their strong hind paws as both cats strove to break free. Cloudpelt jumped on top of another WindClan warrior, lashing at his ears until blood ran freely. Then he sprang off and flung himself at Cloudpelt, who had pinned Brokentail down and was clawing at his face. Scorchwind had fallen beneath the paws of a tabby Tom who was trying to sink his teeth into the ShadowClan warrior's throat. Yellowfang's heart began to pound harder as she realized that her clanmates were being beaten back towards the tunnel. Even though the patrol was made up of ShadowClan's best fighters, they were no match for WindClan's fury. Ragged Star broke away from his battle with Redclaw and staggered to his paws. "Retreat!" he yelled. Brokentail snarled with rage, in spite of the blood running down his face. But Ragged Star gathered the patrol together and they gradually fought their way back towards the tunnel, still harried by the WindClan cats. Yellowfang gasped as stabbing pain shot through her throat. She scanned through her clanmates and saw Cloudpelt stumble to the ground. His white fur was turning red. As she rushed forward to support Cloudpelt, she heard Ragged Star hiss, "What are you doing here?" Yellowfang ignored the question. "We have to get Cloudpelt back to camp," she gasped. To her relief, they were only a few fox lengths away from the tunnel mouth, and the WindClan cats, satisfied with their victory, drew back at last. "Don't set up har on our territory again," Cloudpelt yelled after them. Yellowfang helped Cloudpelt through the tunnel, stumbling through the darkness with the roar of monsters all around them. The clan deputy scarcely seemed conscious, and she had to take all of his weight. At the other end of the tunnel, Scorchwind came to Cloudpelt's other side to prop him up, and the patrol struggled back to camp. "Cobwebs! Quickly!" Yellowfang snapped at Running Nose as she dragged Cloudpelt into her den. She remembered how she had battled to save his life before, when the rogues leaped out at him. "I succeeded then. I will succeed now." "StarClan, wait your turn!" she hissed aloud. The other members of the patrol crowded in after them. Yellowfang only had eyes for the white warrior, who had collapsed onto the ground. "Get a Jupiter berry!" she ordered as Running Nose brought the thick pad of cobweb. "Crush it, and see if you can get the juice into him." She pressed the cobweb into the gash in Cloudpelt's throat, but his blood soaked through almost at once. Running Nose dropped another pad beside her before fetching the Jupiter berry. "I need marigold and thyme!" Yellowfang ordered, pressing the fresh cobweb into Cloudpelt's wound. As she worked, she was vaguely aware of the dismayed wails coming from the clearing, as the rest of the clan heard about the patrol's defeat. Meanwhile, Running Nose dealt with the injuries of the rest of the patrol. None of them were serious. "Get off me!" Brokentail snapped when Running Nose tried to help him clean up the scratches on his face. "I don't need a stupid medicine cat pawing over me." "Suit yourself," he muttered. He watched Brokentail stride out of the den, and then turned to examine the claw marks on Scorchwind's flank. "This is all my fault," Yellowfang thought as she listened to Cloudpelt's wavering breath. "I should have forced Ragged Star to listen to me about the rabbit." WindClan had fought this fiercely because they had been falsely accused. The rest of the patrol left the den after Running Nose had finished treating them. Yellowfang looked up to see that the daylight was already fading. She had lost all track of time. "You'd better get some sleep," she told Running Nose. "I'll call you if I need anything." Running Nose nodded, glancing anxiously down at Cloudpelt, and then curled up in his nest and closed his eyes. The night dragged on. Yellowfang never moved from Cloudpelt's side, listening to his shallow breathing and watching the ooze of blood that still trickled from his neck. She wasn't sure how long she'd been sitting there when the young warrior's eyelids fluttered and he opened his eyes. "Yellowfang," he muttered feebly. "I'm here." Yellowfang rested a paw reassuring on Cloudpelt's shoulder.
I won't leave you. She reached for a ball of wet moss and held it so Cloudpelt could lap at it. That's good. Am I going to StarClan? Not if I can help it, Fang muttered grimly. Cloudpelt twitched his whiskers. Maybe I'll see you there. His voice faded, and his eyes closed again. Her heart clenched with grief. Fang stayed by his side. Gradually, she became aware that another cat was standing beside her. She looked up to see Brokentail. Have you come to have your wounds treated? She asked. No, Brokentail sneered. I've come to tell you not to waste your efforts with Cloudpelt. His time is over. He would have never been able to lead ShadowClan. He drew himself up, his eyes gleaming in the darkness. There's only one cat who can do that after Ragged Star. I will be the next leader of ShadowClan. How can you say that? Fang gasped. I am a medicine cat, and I will always do everything I can to save my clanmates. Brokentail did not respond, just looked down at Cloudpelt with eyes that glittered with hostility. Then, without another word, he stalked out of the den. Brokentail lied about the rabbit. I'm sure of it. And now Cloudpelt is terribly injured. Fang remembered what Ragged Star had said to his son when he made Cloudpelt deputy. Don't worry, I've got many seasons left in me. And if anything should happen to Cloudpelt, it'll be your turn next. She forced her darkest fears away. Even if Brokentail had deliberately caught the rabbit to start a battle with WindClan, he could not have known how badly Cloudpelt would be hurt. Brokentail is ambitious, but that's a good thing for a warrior. I can still be proud of him. Throughout the night, Fang tried every herb, every trace of knowledge she possessed to help Cloudpelt. But as the sun slid into the den through the branches overhead, the white warrior's faint breathing grew more ragged, and then sank into silence. His tail tip twitched once, and then it was still. He has gone to hunt with StarClan. Fang bent over the deputy's body, grief-stricken and scared deep inside. Things are going terribly wrong. As she crouched over Cloudpelt's body, she heard a rustling from Running Nose's nest. His voice came from behind her, blurred with sleep. How is Cloudpelt? He's dead, she choked out. No! Running Nose got up and came to stand beside her, scraps of moss still clinging to his pelt. Do you want me to break the news to Ragged Star? Fang shook her head. No, thank you. But I'll have to do that myself. She stumbled into the clearing and padded over to Ragged Star's den. Creeping under the oak roots, she saw the clan leader curled in his nest. Wake up! She mewed. Ragged Star lifted his head, and then scrambled up when he saw it was Fang. What news? The worst, Fang admitted. Cloudpelt walks with StarClan now. Ragged Star bowed his head. He died the death of the noblest warrior. But it was a battle that should never have been fought! Fang flashed back at him. Do not say that! Ragged Star roared. You dishonor Cloudpelt's memory if that is what you truly believe. I would never do that, Fang assured him, forcing herself to meet her leader's gaze steadily. But I think Brokentail looked for this battle. Cloudpelt died unnecessarily. Ragged Star narrowed his eyes. What exactly are you saying? Fang flinched. I don't think you should make Brokentail deputy in his place. I will not listen to this! Ragged Star snarled. His amber gaze, alight with anger, rested on her like a flame. You are my medicine cat, Fang, and your loyalty shall be only to me and my warriors. Never question me again. The moon was rising above the trees. In the clearing, the ShadowClan cats kept vigil for Cloudpelt. Fang sat near his head. She remembered the eager apprentice he had been, looking forward to having a mate and kids. I'm sorry that will never happen, but you were a fine deputy for your clan, and you died with a warrior's courage. Movement alerted Fang, and she looked up to see Ragged Star leaping onto the clan rock.
Cats of ShadowClan, he began. We have lost Cloudpelt, and we grieve for him. But the life of the clan must continue. It is time to appoint a new deputy.
He paused. This time there was no sense of anticipation among the clan. Every cat knew who Cloudpelt's successor would be.
I say these words before the body of Cloudpelt, in the presence of the spirits of my ancestors, that they may hear and approve my choice, Ragged Star announced. Brokentail will be the new deputy of ShadowClan.
He raised his tail for silence before the clan could break into the usual cheers.
True, Brokentail is still younger than most of you, but ShadowClan has never had a braver or more skillful warrior. He is an example to us all, and it will be a great honor to lead this clan with him.
Yells rose up to welcome Brokentail. The warrior stood in the center of the clearing with his head held high and his eyes gleaming like 2 yellow moons. Yellowfang thought back to the time where he'd been a friendless kid and no cat knew who his mother was. She had felt sorry for him then, and terribly guilty for abandoning her only son. But so much had happened since then. However hard she tried, Yellowfang couldn't feel pride for the warrior that stood before her now. Only fear and a deep sense of dread for the future. Oh, wow, that's so sad. Yeah, I remember when I read this book for the first time, Cloudpelt was one of my favorite characters, and I was so sad when he died. It's one of the reasons also that Brokentail is one of my least favorite characters, is because he kind of set this thing up. I kind of wonder if the Wind Clan cats even killed him. Like, did he kill him in the middle of the battle, or what happened there? Why would Wind Clan cats kill him?
Would do a finishing death blow on him just for invading their territory. None of them seem to be wanting to do any fatal wounds, like they did some scratching on some people's ears and maybe some kicks in the side, but I don't think anybody would go for a death blow.
Cloudpelt came after anyone hard enough to get killed, but I don't know. And it doesn't necessarily say which Wind Clan cat. Yeah, they were retreating, so maybe like in the middle of the retreating, Brokentail like caught him by the side and slashed his throat out, like while no one was paying attention. I don't know. I don't think it was a Wind Clan cat, but because of her sneaking suspicions, I think that maybe was what happened. That's so sad. In any case, it was Brokentail who set it up. So, poor Cloudpelt was not deputy for very long, and he never got to be a father. He would have been such a good father to children.
He wanted to be, even when he was a little kid.
It's so sad. He pretty much spends his whole life being sick. Like, when he was a kid, he was sick. He's just a big inspiration to Yellowfang. I guess since this is a medicine cat book, he needed to be more of a sickly character, but yeah, he spends a lot of time with Yellowfang, and it's so sad when he dies. Now I have a new perspective on Ragged Star from this point of view, of when she's warning him right after Cloudpelt dies, to say, don't make that boy who just probably did this thing deputy, don't make Brokentail deputy. He's like, I'll do whatever I want to do. It kind of makes me not feel as bad for him when you know what happens in Ragged Star's week of speed paints. No spoilers, but go check those out. So yeah, I don't feel as bad for him now, because he definitely didn't listen to Yellowfang, and he should have. The writing was on the wall, Brokentail is evil. So, I'm very excited to be doing this cool stuff. I'm excited to show Broken Star in the new episodes of Fire and Ice, so be sure to watch those when those come out. And thank you so much for watching this speed paint. Hope you enjoyed it. So fun telling these stories and reading from Warrior Cat books. I love it. So much fun. Alright guys, well, be sure to tune in next time to see the next deputy of ShadowClan. So we kind of take like a different path. After this happens, there was Broken Star, and he was in the leader's speed paint, so you can check him out. But after that, we have Nightstar, but Nightstar died with a deputy who died before him, and that's Cinderfur, and we're going to be doing Cinderfur next. So be sure to check out Cinderfur's single speed paint, which will be coming out after this one. Alright, until then, love you guys all so much. Bye-bye!